welcome you to the World Press Conference of the Progressive Yoruba Youth Congress, happening January 27th at the Excellence Hotel in Ogba here. Progressive Yoruba Youth Congress Press Conference. Being text of a press conference by the Progressive Yoruba Youth Congress on the activities of Boko Haram ISWAP terrorist group targeted at destabilizing Nigeria and how the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, is eating the polity through unguarded utterances laced with ulterior motives. Ladies and gentlemen of the press and other concerned stakeholders here present, the Progressive Yoruba Youth Congress, a socio-cultural organization consisting of the youth from southwest Nigeria, put together this press conference to shed light on some of the challenges facing the country with regards to the fight against terrorism. We wish to state that the issue of terrorism in Nigeria has taken center stage since the advent of the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari in 2015. This much is evident in the level of commitment exhibited by the quality of appointments in the critical security sector. As we are all aware, the Boko Haram ISWAP agenda is indeed a politically motivated one, in the sense that it has been established that there are willing collaborators that have continued to provide them with logistical support to aid their nefarious activities. There is also another grouping that have elected to serve the interest of Boko Haram ISWAP through the propagation of propaganda aimed towards giving the Boko Haram ISWAP group the needed psychological support through their action manifest in unguarded utterances in the public space. The Progressive Yoruba Youth Congress wishes to state that despite the level of commitment displayed by the political leadership in Nigeria in the fight against terrorism, the Boko Haram ISWAP group has continued to be emboldened to confront the Nigerian military in the theater of war in the northeast Nigeria because of the activities of some groups. The war against terrorism in Nigeria has received wide commendation from numerous quarters. However, some groups that ideally ought to be engaged in the act that would promote peace have been engaged in the acts that divide us rather than unite us. One of such organizations is the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, whose leadership has elected to be on the side of the divide in defiance of his mandate of serving as a uniting organization for adherents of the Christian faith in Nigeria. Their utterances in recent time have been counterproductive in the fight against terrorism, and concerned stakeholders in Nigeria have highlighted this much. Despite overwhelming evidence of political collaboration and involvement of the leadership of CAN in partisan politics, they have carried out with reckless abandon bringing the Christian faith into disrepute. The leadership of CAN have continued with the agenda of pitching the Christians against the Muslims by painting the Boko Haram ISWAP activities as an agenda against the Christian faith in Nigeria. The Progressive Yoruba Youth Congress is dismayed at such despicable actions, despite the unfortunate fact that the leadership of CAN have sold their birthright in exchange for a pot of porridge. This is sad. The Christian Association of Nigeria has fallen below expectations because it has instead elected to play politics at the detriment of providing sound counsel to the Christian adherents in Nigeria. If this is not the case, then one wonders how and why such an organization would label the threat posed by Boko Haram ISWAP group as a religious war. The Christian Association of Nigeria has continued to disregard the efforts of President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration in the war against terrorism in Nigeria. They have continued to push the country to the brink by misleading members of the unsuspecting general public with claims that cannot be substantiated. The Progressive Yoruba Youth Congress wishes to state that anyone, group that fails to appreciate the effort of Muhammad Buhari-led administration in the war against terrorism is playing politics and as such should not be taken seriously. Anyone or group that does not recognize the dexterity of the leadership of the Nigerian Armed Forces as well as the enormous sacrifices of officers and soldiers in the war against terrorism clearly do not have the interest of the country at heart. This is cognizant of the fact that since 2016, the Nigerian military had indeed turned the tide against the Boko Haram ISWAP terrorist group with a sustained military bombardment that has seen them confined to the fringe of the Lake Chad Basin region. The position of the Progressive Yoruba Youth Forum, is that terrorism is not a function or attribute of any religion, as no religion preaches killing of fellow humans. This much must be stated in equivocal terms in a bid to put these issues in proper perspective. The Progressive Yoruba Youth Congress wishes to advise groups and individuals to be guided by public decorum in their conduct on national issues. The task of defeating terrorism is a collective one, and as such, we must all be guided accordingly. The sacrifice of our armed forces must be commended and appreciated by all in the quest for a secure and united Nigeria. Signed, Elder Kola Salau, President. Thank you.